Call
7:04?
meeting to order at 7:04. And has everybody looked over the previous minutes?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Motion to accept the previous minutes?
accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right?
Okay, thank you. So I do know that the new garage stuff is coming up and you guys have not had a chance to look over, all of the bills and whatnot. So I actually should have kept some of those out. I'll just go get me another sheet that I can work on. Oh, so for the most part, you guys know that Corey is done except for, you know what I mean, doing all of this stuff out here. So my thing is, for starters, is we don't know when Good Hughes are actually gonna come back out here. So I didn't know if it was gonna be easier if our highway crew could just go out there and do what needed to be done
That's what I've been saying.
and fill in the holes and just be done with it all. They can do everything that needs to be done in probably a day.
Yeah, take us a day. Well, we
Within
get the
reason.
dating done, but then, to pour the cement, that'd have to be the next day.
Yeah, I just meant groundwork, grading, fill
Yeah.
in the stuff and just be done in a day and just, because Corey's really looking to get all of his
All
shit done.
all I need
and-
Corey for is to put in, and the gas line too, down through the cement, a sleeve. And I said, I can bury that hole by
Conduit or whatever.
Yeah,
the well, and I can dig down for the pads. I said, I can do that.
so that's what I'm just thinking, should we just let these guys do it and be done
I
with it?
think-
And I'll just let Austin
I
know
think
that
I think that's fair.
Because I think Austin right now, he's back to being
they're
right out
so,
straight.
yeah,
So
they're right out.
he's not really gonna wanna come up and probably do this.
So do you think the highway crew should? Yep. So I'm just gonna say select board agreed. Okay. Yeah, just to get, you know what I mean, just to get it done and then figure out the rest as we go.
Because, I mean, that's all it is, the two pads that we've gotta do, because Champlain Door come up and did the door with us today.
So they did, yeah,
I
okay.
mean, that super simple is,
Well, that's what they said, so there was, that's why they
Oh,
figured
the
it was.
fire door?
Yeah, just so that they can.
just where the chain comes down, and take the chain off that hook. And then you get that little square box with a lever on it. There's a pin there, you pull that pin out, pop the lever up, and it comes down. Put the door up, you just do the chain falls, it goes back up. You lock that in place and hook the chain up, and it's
Oh,
done.
yes.
So it's pretty simple.
That's fine. So new garage still. So we were gonna call Black Dog, to come out here for the, fire alarm and for our alarm system security and just give us a quote on what it was. And then all of a sudden, we realized you can't do that. You can't put a fire alarm system into that building without getting a fire alarm application or a permit to do it. But you have to hire somebody to fill this out with us before we can do it. So I didn't know if you guys had any other areas we should do or just call Black Dog. I'm only thinking because they're local.
We can't do it, but we can look into it, what it's gonna cost us, can't we?
Oh, you can get quotes.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm just saying, this is Division of Fire Safety. We have to get a permit from the state to put a fire alarm system in the new garage.
Yeah. Actually, right now, as of last Saturday, we have no alarm system whatsoever.
Why?
Security called me 10 o'clock one night and said low battery in the system. So that's just gonna keep going off.
Okay,
So I unplugged it, the battery, and, you know, do you wanna spend, I can't remember, them batteries were expensive.
right.
So I didn't know if you wanted to spend,
Well, there's
X amount.
nothing, there, most of your stuff's not in that
most of the
garage.
stuff now that's
Yeah.
worth anything is in the other garage.
So if anybody had any other ideas of who we should call, yeah, I'm just saying, they're local people, well, I say local, they're out of Milton, but we were like, if you had any other ideas, otherwise we're gonna call them to come in and give us a quote, help us fill this out, and just get
What
our,
about the people we've got now? That's the only other one that I can think
I
of.
know, but they're out of some other state, that's why. I
Oh, they
was-
are?
Yeah, so I was,
Mike's Electric, they do most.
who's that?
Mike's Electric.
Okay,
Does Corey do it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't.
that's what I mean, like, I don't mind getting a couple of quotes, you know what I mean, to
Yeah, I
have
don't-
people come out here, but.
I don't know anybody that does it.
I don't.
Who's the guy, he lived in,
I'll just,
he's got a home on,
you know, I
Collins,
mean,
by
get a hold of
Collins
Cory.
Road.
Yeah.
He used to have a commercial on television, he used to do that, home
Mm-hmm.
security.
What do they got down to Milan? Right. Or, you know,
They use a combination of a few people, but they carry an additional requirements to be on site for us, which
Which
is
is
a
different.
little more,
well, complex.
yeah, yeah. May not be cost effective for them,
Right.
but Sherman Electric is one that does a lot of work for us.
Okay.
You could ask, I know everybody's busy, but,
Right, no,
yep, Sherman
No,
Electric.
that's what I'm just saying, like, we don't know, me and Lori tried to look into it, but, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. So I did reach out to Fidium, because I figured if we were gonna do, some sort of consolidated over there, that we should just go with Fidium fiber. So, because we're a government entity, they have to come in here with a representative and give me all of the stuff that we can work with. So it wasn't as easy as just signing up and being, because we have a government account.
Right.
On the other hand, when they come up here, they still have to run that, their fiber through underground, right?
Into that pipe.
yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I'm just saying.
It's all,
Because when they said it, they said something about overhead, and I'm like, no,
No, no.
we need to go underground.
Underground, yeah.
Underground, okay,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure I had it right.
Yeah.
So when they come out here, everything goes through that conduit.
That's right.
And it's, the conduit's already there.
is.
They just got, okay,
Yeah.
yep, no,
They want it,
because they have to call me
Hey, Cory
back, and
should've-
I have to wait.
We'd have to look, I think Corey should have brought that in, saw
yeah,
it
I
somewhere.
think so.
yeah, I think so.
But yeah,
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 it was
Yeah,
all-
so they have to run theirs underground from there to there.
it's already installed
So
underground.
their Fidium copper pipe should already be,
They're gonna, I've experienced it last week, I did my in-laws,
Okay.
my house, my man shack down the road, and it's half the size of your pinky.
right, but they have to run it under the road themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
They'll
what I'm
pull it in.
asking, okay.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yeah, they'll pull it right in and set
that's
us
what
right up.
I just wanna make sure that
I think-
yeah.
And
we
they
got-
work pretty
It's
good.
the I think the conduit's in, right, from the pole.
It is.
right?
Yeah, so, and there's the.
We ran two of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
One for power, one for communication.
Yeah,
Because they wanted,
yeah.
Fidium, I heard, wants it in conduit, and they'll put it in, like, the third
Yeah.
one, I think they went to Billy's house. No, they went to somebody's
But
house.
those
and they
lines
put
up
it in
above are
themselves,
coming
the
down.
Conduit,
Yep,
and run it to the house, so,
yep. If you don't have it,
yeah.
yeah. Of course, a lot of the old lines, that was a direct burial cable.
Oh, yeah.
So if they had sand or they thought it was feasible with old stones or whatever, they put it in. I didn't know what that, 2,400?
Well,
I think Andy wanted to
I
paint
know
his truck, but.
what Kelly was saying,
I
they
didn't see
wanted
that.
to leave it on the wall or something, Dave, no,
No.
But
These are all just ACHs.
I couldn't understand their
This
thing.
here
Well,
is.
they're all
I
in there. but
think
that-
they wanna
but that
bring
one
a
there.
trencher at my
Just-
place.
Oh,
up.
no, that one doesn't
the
come in
pole
because
to
that's
the
what we
house,
paid.
And that's what I thought.
That's in conduit.
Something
I
on
know.
here that's bothering me, but anyway,
I thought-
no,
that's what I
Check it
thought.
out.
no,
They'll
that's
probably
the,
pull
what we
old
paid
line
the
out,
state of Vermont
pull
for,
the new line right in behind.
federal
Yeah.
tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Because, yeah,
FICA,
David said
so that's
something.
fine. Yeah,
They were gonna
and
go
it's
hook it
never in
up.
there, and I don't know why they
And
don't
it
give us a
wasn't
sheet
there
for
or
that,
something,
but.
and
Yeah,
he said,
Okay,
Well, we
so
just
when
laid
it
on the
still
ground,
sticks
he
to
said,
the
"You
new
hit that
garage, and I know
lawnmower,"
you
and he
guys
said,
haven't
"It's
all
glass."
got to look over
Yeah.
the bills.
It don't take but.
So Good
Yeah.
Hue,
How we doing?
actually, no, everything is coming in good.
Good, good.
You know what I mean? Like, so Good Hue came in, their number was 13,960. We're coming down through. So Sean's number came in, and because we knew that we had that fire door,
Oh, yeah.
that was an extra,
Yeah.
and the flooring was an extra, and then the wall, the fire
Oh,
wall that
yeah,
came up
and the
over
wall.
the side. So their
Yeah.
number came in, you know what I mean, a little bit higher, but I ran all the numbers, and in the end, we still are well within budget.
And how much are we positive?
Right now, 78,000. Even after all of this.
Excellent.
Which is, you know what I mean, we still have
Excellent.
things that got.
Yeah, well, I got some budget numbers for us, just came in. We haven't done nothing yet. Hungerford paving
Oh, yeah,
and right, but that's just, this is
Oh,
what
yeah.
I talked about, I think in the last meeting.
so, yeah, cause that was, like, we talked about, you know, some of the paving stuff, but by the time we take the garage down, so we don't know what
We
that
don't
kind of
know,
cost
we
is gonna
don't
be.
know, this is just numbers
Yep.
for the planning.
No, and exactly, so when we take that garage down and then we get it stabilized, you know what I mean, like, you guys already know, like, it has to be.
It should go through
It has
frost
to be
freeze.
packed over a year.
A frost and a thaw cycle. It should.
So we shouldn't be doing it, which we can
Yeah.
still get the numbers and do it next year,
Right.
but we would still have the money in the budget because we can save that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, for next year.
Or how much we wanna do.
Yeah,
Because they only, Ryan only outlined what was in front of the garage,
right,
right? If you get this,
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're,
right here. So 9,500 square feet, this is 9,600 square feet, this is like 10,000.
Yeah.
But this is just being able to present something.
right.
yeah, no, and it's good, yeah, cause if we get some numbers and we can lock them in this year for next year, we're good.
Right,
So, no, that's
Right,
great.
Right. And then you can talk about, you know, how's the sub base down below, what does it
Right.
need, and
Right.
so on and so forth.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Good,
Those
good,
numbers
good.
need to be added out.
Oh, I know.
Is it?
She did afterwards because she thought I meant that number and she added them up herself, so that is good.
This
That is
number-
good, yes. Would you like me to write that on there for you
Whoa,
though?
maybe,
I
found it out.
know, it was,
Do I just trust you to just write it there? Where's your calculator?
oh, sorry, God, no, don't you worry your pretty little head, I got this. And it's Danny's turn though, I'm done.
You're done?
New,
Well, no, I'm not, new garage
So-
stuff.
we ended up, we found some shelves,
Oh, yes.
Oh, you did?
So it was on sale.
Nice,
We
nice,
ended up getting
Bill went down and got three more
Three
this
more.
weekend.
good,
Yeah.
we
Cause
got,
I said, we're gonna fill them,
yeah,
one way or the other,
good,
so.
good,
Oh,
good.
whoops.
and
What the-
ended up, there was
Microwave,
a fridge
yeah.
that it was $500. I mean, for cheap.
We're gonna do it right,
It's not.
we're gonna do it right. Yep, good, good, that's awesome.
And we got a tool chest.
There,
Do it.
That'll be here this
You do.
Oh, here this week, I guess. That's what I think Bill said.
good, good.
Oh, no, that's the wrong number.
I mean, we got that plastic table in there, it's,
Yeah, we will get a table eventually, yeah.
Cause we moved one upstairs into the, in front of her, rack with all the slide out drawers, because that way you can take it out, you can set it on the table, go through it. And I don't know what you wanna do about chairs and stuff like that. We got fold-up chairs. But they work. Now, we taking the old desk out of the office and putting it in there,
I've got a desk I might wanna donate to you guys.
or, okay?
I don't use it anymore.
Okay, I mean, they don't have, it's nothing,
It's metal and. I know.
good, great, that'd be, we'll take it.
Yeah, I hate to see you move that old desk in there. I know you're sentimental,
I'm not that
but if you
sentimental.
want something a little bit newer, I'm gonna try to see
Well,
if
it's
I
just a
can.
half of, them drawers don't work.
Clean, this is a metal desk, or it's a light gauge metal desk, not one
I
of
mean,
the ones that
that's a
weigh
heavy
500.
desk, I mean,
Oh,
take
you mean
two,
these?
4
Yeah.
guys, I pick it up, but.
Yeah.
Wires, Jim?
Yep,
Anything else? On new garage update?
I don't have anything.
No, we're moving in, it's slow, it's going. Yeah,
The lady was telling me outside, he's taking his time,
Oh, yeah.
taking it, bringing it outside, whatever, cleaning it. How's it work here? Well, hold on, maybe it's gonna be over here. So they're taking their time, setting it up so it
well,
flows
we don't
for
wanna
you.
move it, I mean, we
It
tend
functions
to
for
wonder, a
you.
lot of it, we might, once we start using it, we might say,
Well,
eh,
you
this
still
will
can
work better.
change it,
but
sure.
We couldn't bring everything in and just set it in the floor. and-
Sure.
You still got a dumpster over there, right?
No.
Or-
That was.
Oh, they
They come
here.
get it.
I
They
just
did?
pulled it out.
Yeah,
No, it weren't.
we ain't even started to throw
Oh, it is, you're right. Never mind.
That's why I pulled it out.
junk away, but
Yep.
I remember, I know we said something once in a
just
meeting
trying to
about
find
getting
the
another
numbers.
dumpster, and I came over and said
Oh, I
something to
know why.
Emily, and Emily come up with a good idea, I thought, anyway. We'll just back our dump cart in there, throw all the scrap steel in there, and then when it's full, off the Hodges we go,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so,
You should wait till Mondays. You can give Tony something to do.
yeah. Well, okay, speaking of that, I was gonna have him start mowing behind guardrails, but we've hired somebody, right?
No, Jake, actually asked me, he goes, well, cause we had discussed the fact that he started earlier, and he goes, well, is it okay if I do them twice a year? And I said, yes.
Yeah.
Because, but we still need a list, cause I tried to think, because you guys said that he didn't get them all, but we only have guardrails on Berkshire Center Road, Richford Road, where else do we have?
Richford Road's what he didn't hit from like,
Marvin Road there.
Well, the
No, he did-
Market
he
Road
did
does have a
Market
little bit, don't it?
I know when I went by though, that they're,
oh yeah, they
They
go,
did the
I mean, it's gross.
Well, he
It's
said
gross.
it was hard to get to him last year, so that's why I'm asking. So you have Marvin Road,
well, he started
Richford
late.
Road, we have Berkshire Center, there's nothing on Water Tower Road.
No,
So I tried to think in my mind, like, and I don't think we have any anywhere else, do
well, we got Middlebrook Road by the bridge,
Yeah.
Does that get a
actually
lot
by,
though?
no,
Or-
it's short stretch.
But it's okay, no.
Nation
he-
Road by my place, there's a stretch of guardrails there. Down in Thompson's, there's stretch guardrails there. I mean, they're all short because they're just marking bridges.
Okay, so,
But there is some, you're
But
saying.
there is some.
Yeah, good,
Uh,
good.
now I'm trying to think, where's this more?
that's what I said, I tried to think, but you know what I mean, like, without driving down the roads, I couldn't
Yeah,
come
yeah.
up with anything.
So last year he missed from, is it Doug Wells? Grows a big garden.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
down here on
Jimmy
Richford Road,
Wells,
I know.
Jimmy Wells.
I know where you are,
Yeah, he missed that whole stretch,
Yeah.
even past the Garoff farm.
Okay,
So-
so I'll have to take a ride around and just be like, kinda give him markers, because,
Well, I mean,
You know what I mean?
I can take him and show him, but,
okay, yeah.
but I didn't
told
know
him
if
we
you
would.
wanted Tony to start on him, or, he's worried about intersections. The other thing, he wants to mow, but if we start mowing now,
No, we should wait until like we usually do,
yeah.
like closer to July.
cause I said, if we
'Cause you
do it
still
now,
gotta
we'll
do
end
it
up doing it
twice, you're gonna
3
be doing
times
it
in a
3
year.
times, yeah.
You know, if we do it now, end up doing it
Yeah.
3 times.
And there's no intersection you come up to that you can't see, I don't think.
Yeah. And like this intersection up here is almost mowed by hand with a weed whacker.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't really, the thing is with Tony, I mean, God love him or whatever, but no CDL. I
Yeah.
can't get him, you know, there's not much he can really do.
Right.
And it's working out good with David.
Today was his first day, yeah. Well, he's worked a couple times, he went to Burlington, but yeah.
But yeah, we're starting on the training.
Yeah, we
M.
started,
Shaw
we
training.
did our in
Oh,
8.
so we didn't let everybody else know this. So M. Shaw showed up
Oh,
Yeah.
and, yeah, we didn't have
They're
our
not-
training in place. Which is fine, like, that's the only thing they nabbed us on.
Yeah.
They gave us some suggestions, but the only thing they got us on, and Danny went right down the next day and everybody got trained the next day.
Okay. Good.
And so, but now David's gotta go through the training, cause he's never been here
And he's got
before.
what?
As a,
24 hours?
yeah, he's gotta have 24 hours in 60 days.
Yeah.
So if you did the 10 hours today, you're only talking 14 in the next 60 days.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. So we're still
I
waiting
might
on
have
the
him
fine.
just write down
for
8.
that.
I'll have to
But
remember that.
Good.
It's
See,
not
he's
a-
coming on board now, so that's
Yeah.
good.
And it's not a huge thing because their fine was on the lowest scale for what we did, you know what I mean? Because we didn't have the training, but we had everything else in place. They
Well, we
went
gotta
through
put some,
everything.
we gotta put some more guards in.
But that was not a fine. They
Oh,
said
they
if we put the
Yeah.
guards up, we would not get fined as long as the next time they came back here, them guards were in place.
See, now we
And
just
they
get-
didn't see it.
I can't remember where and Bill can't remember exactly where he wanted him. Something to do with the tail on the conveyor, and we can't remember if there was one on the head that he wanted, but,
Yes, that, I'm pretty sure that, but I can reach out to them.
yeah, if you
They,
could.
they actually are not that, they're
They,
not
they
that.
wanna help,
involved.
right?
So I can reach out to them and just say, you know, make sure, like, take a picture of it and be like, is this what you wanted, or tell me something different?
Yeah.
And they will,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
they're all different, but, and then we still needed,
We've ordered the blanket, we're getting
Okay.
the tote, we're dealing with all of that stuff.
yeah.
Yes.
And the bathroom, I don't know what to do with.
No, we're gonna
We're just
move
gonna
that
take
one.
that one and bring it down there?
So this is the next thing, so the porta potty that's in the garage is going down there, and we're still gonna pay
Oh.
for it for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
basically what it
Yeah.
is, so.
Yeah.
Because that's what they want.
They wanna make sure that nobody sees anybody's bare butt sitting out.
Yeah.
It's okay if you go number 1 somewhere, but if you have to go number 2, you have to make sure you have a place to go. That's what they told me.
Well, I told him before, I said, I said, you know, it's not that far from the garage. I said, and most of the time, if you're down there by yourself, you always go down with your pickup.
Yeah.
I said, so you drive back to the
Yeah,
garage.
yeah.
I said, or if you have to, you're only down, I said, drive the loader back. I said, 15 minutes. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And you come up the garage, you can fuel it up.
Yeah.
But the way I looked at it, you're talking about $450 for 3 months. Just bring the porta potty down there and
Yeah.
just be done with it.
Yeah.
And we don't have to worry about it. So I will make a note to call them and just ask them to bring it down there. But, so do you always have the gate unlocked though? Because if they wanna go down there, are you gonna set it outside of the gate?
Or can anybody else get
Put it
to
right
it
on
if we're
Ken's
not?
lawn.
Yeah, I can't
If we're not
looking at
there.
that. No, I
That's
mean,
what
usually,
like-
usually we
well,
try
wait
to
a minute,
lock it.
So,
How do we
well, it
protect it
doesn't
from the
matter
public?
because anybody down there using it's
Yeah.
gonna be in, but they can't come and pump it out if the
I
gate
had
is
thought of that. I
locked.
said,
Well,
But-
maybe we can call them and see when they're in the area. Make
What
a
days?
time.
They should have
Schedule
a
it.
certain day.
Right.
So
Like
that
a
one,
Monday or
they come
whatever.
up to our garage. They
If
came
you're
up
gonna
on
have somebody
Mondays.
down there
Right.
like on a Monday.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they would go to this one, and the one that we had in our shop, I think they missed it 3 times in a row. They got
see
the
it.
outside one, but they wouldn't do they
it
didn't
was
know
a
they-
new driver and didn't know that you put it
Yeah,
inside the
so-
garage, yes.
And this one down here probably never get used.
And it doesn't matter, yeah. So no, I'll deal with that one then.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if we have to, just, if they could call us and tell us when they're coming, we'll make sure the gate's open.
Yeah.
And besides that, we've been grading, and when we can, we even graded in the rain the other day,
Good.
putting chloride down.
Well, that Harbor Freight, boy, don't they have a lot of stuff?
Oh, yeah,
You know?
20% off. It was Memorial
They
Day
do,
weekend.
they do.
Everybody else, I think, was thinking the same thing.
Well, everybody was there, Jason?
I wanna go there, in the worst way, but I ain't got there yet.
It's a lot of stuff. Do you wanna talk about these? Before we move
Well, they
on,
were
or-
just kind
or
of
just
informational at this
Okay.
point.
Pass them around and look at them?
Yeah, so what Ryan did for us is he gave a little detail. That's a typical base of a heavy use parking area or driveway, whatever we want to call it. And he just not knowing what we wanted,
Broke it down in.
broke it down in 3 areas. And they're almost in thirds, depending on what we need, when we need it. But we can budget accordingly for when that time does come that we do want to put the paving in. Well, we have some kind of an idea what to expect, and can we add to what has been provided? These are just budget, that way, that was just to give us an insight of what do we have to look forward to. You know, does the base need to come out? Nobody included the base coming out. I think Wright gave something in addition to put the base in. Hungerford didn't.
As far as that goes, I mean, we'll take the base out.
But that's what we would discuss, and then once we finite the scope of what we're gonna do, then we go back out to them and say, okay, here's what we're doing. All of it, a third of it, 2/3 of it, and here's what we liked.
I mean, if we got the time, is we dig it all out, do what we want with it or whatever. We'd fill it back in with what we want. We let it go through a frost thaw, and then they could come up, do their final grading the way they want it done.
Well, yeah, exactly, but to give you direction on what a typical
Yeah,
hard use area is, Cross Consulting has provided that for us.
yeah.
So I did have somebody that called up and wanted to know, they had like 75 broken bricks. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever. They want to know if they could dump them down to the pit. Like, do we allow people to go down there and dump, or did they find their own way?
No.
Yeah,
Perfect.
be careful with brick.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna be
I
the
mean,
one
we
to
got
say
stuff
that.
down there now, concrete and stuff
Yeah.
that I don't really know what to do with.
We don't need a neighbor.
All good. So that one's an easy one. My next one is Care Partners. So we do actually donate to them, like they're on our list of appropriations. But now they need a new furnace and they are looking to do an outdoor patio for their people, so they're looking for extra donations. So I'm bringing it up to you guys
What do
whether,
we give them already?
let me get a town report, I'll tell
There
you.
we go. I was gonna say, what do you
What do
typically,
they need for a furnace?
Yeah, if you-
Oh, you got one? You wanna get rid of it?
Well, the town garage has got a furnace that is perfectly good.
Well, you know,
And I got one that's got parts for it.
Care Partners.
Wanna look at them?
No.
So the Care Partners, I know we raised up from $100 to $1,000 this year. Last year they were 100, this year we are giving them 1,000. So,
So did they ask for a specific amount or just asking?
no, well, they actually put out there a donation of like $50, $100, like anything would help. One of those kind of donation things. So you could kind of start, it's right here. There you go. So it's like a $50 gift would help us purchase materials for the gardening beds, and then $100, you know what I mean, like, and then they go up. But a gift of any amount would be deeply appreciated.
So who are they? Who are they again? Just refresh our memory.
It's all, they take care of a lot of the elderly people.
Oh,
It's a place for like the GMT, whatever bus comes and
okay.
gets, they all go to this community center and
Okay.
hang out and, you know what I mean, just kinda be
So what's the furnace for?
for their center,
Where they live or where they go?
their center, yes. Like any well-loved, our center is facing essential repairs, including the need to replace our aging furnace to ensure a warm and comfortable environment for everyone, especially during the colder months, obviously. Looking ahead, we also have a beautiful vision to create a 25 by 40
Should go to
foot.
a furnace. I might have to go there. I wanna be
Oh,
warm
well,
in
what would you like to give them? $50, $100?
I just,
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, if you guys wanna donate, that's fine, I'm just putting it out there, like, it's a,
well,
I think,
we've given in the past, right?
right, we did 100 and,
yeah, I
So,
mean, we
I
can
mean,
take that out of
would-
miscellaneous anyway,
We'll a couple hundred.
would
yeah, give them
or
a couple
whatever.
hundred.
500,
That wouldn't break the bank,
No, I don't think so.
you know?
I mean,
I'll do.
It's a good,
I make a motion to give them $500.
Okay, Todd's making a
Yeah,
motion
good,
for 500.
I'll second it.
good effort,
Yeah.
if you will.
Good deed doer.
Yes, okay, no, that's great, you know what I
That's right,
mean,
you
like,
want,
I don't wanna
ain't
be
no
cold.
freeze, huh?
and unless anybody else has anything, you guys can discuss whatever you want, cause I'm done.
Yeah, good for
There
you.
wasn't much going on, really, guys.
All the
What was
tree
this
people
thing?
came in.
This was the fire safety
Oh, yeah,
alarm
never mind.
permit
Yeah, yeah,
application
yeah,
that we gotta get.
Danny said,
Oh,
tree people came in.
Oh,
okay,
yes,
cause I was gonna
That
ask.
tree's gone,
Which one?
the one on Water Tower Road by
Okay, that's
Cal's.
what I was gonna ask.
yeah, he actually, well, he should be sending the invoice on that, but yeah, he did it this weekend, he said.
And then
he was
we'll,
gonna- And he did a good job, you know what I mean, like,
must be a good, cause I've driven by it 5 times and I've yet to notice it, so.
I know.
He cleaned it up.
well, I
really quick.
asked him to make sure it was just above the scar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, make
Oh.
sure you leave it and and he did, like, this much above it, but it still was a nice clean cut, and you don't see anything left around there.
And one on Middlebrook Road, I don't know how fast she wants that one down, but I mean, it only take an hour and that'll be on the ground, but.
Well, the only thing is they need to know ahead of time, because their electric fence runs
Take
through
the
that
fence
tree, and
down.
you might wanna let them know so they can shut it off
Oh yeah,
first.
cause I've been bit by that fence. That'll catch your attention.
Credit, fireman?
It would,
I didn't add it up or nothing, but he said it's a credit.
So this one, so they ordered the double door, and then we decided to go with the roll-up door.
Yeah.
So we got they gave us the credit on what that, man door
Oh,
was
okay.
gonna cost. And so he took it out of what the.
So he deducted it
roll-
from there?
It's a deduction.
Yeah.
It should have had a minus in front of it.
Well, that's
but-
what, or
I know.
parentheses, one or the other.
Yeah, something, but no, that was a
Yeah.
minus, so yes.
Are we on other business yet?
Yeah, you guys
Yes,
did.
yes,
This was brought to my attention,
okay.
not singling out any one building, but when a building does become decrepit and maybe at a level of becoming a liability to us, is there anything that states that there can be something done to prevent anybody from getting hurt?
So, most buildings you can, if you are talking about Montgomery Road, that building
Thank you.
there has been, so that one has, everybody tried everything they could, so they turned it over to the state, and the state tried everything they could, and they put a fine and a whole mess of stipulations on that building, and the gentleman that owns that building did not comply, and the state had no recourse to do anything they could. So they call me once every 6 months to see if the town has put it up for tax sale. When the town put it up for tax sale, somebody redeemed it just before it was
Yeah.
up. So the town can't do anything if they can't get the state to do anything, so
Right,
we
right.
have our hands
Yeah,
tied
okay,
on.
okay.
That's
That-
my niece's wires.
Only
That's
on
where my
that
niece lives, you know.
one building, so, yeah.
The house next door is my niece's house.
Yes, yeah, but that,
And
no.
the power,
So,
and the power
in
is hooked
general-
to it, and she's afraid that it's gonna come down. and
Well,
snap.
that,
And
you know, it's,
oh, yeah.
And so the town doesn't know what they should do anymore. But for the most part, if it was any other building, I could help you out, but that one I can't.
well, it was brought to my attention, I said, you know, it's
Oh, yeah.
a good question at the
Yeah, yeah.
table.
No,
Yeah.
we do get it a lot, and it's really, really sad because of the amount of stuff that's in the back.
Yeah.
Like, not just the house.
Well,
but-
it's for the, there's no way to, there's no way to protect the public,
No,
whether it be kids,
Anybody.
from entering it
Yeah.
and getting hurt
but,
in one way, or falling down on them, or,
yeah,
Yeah.
and the sad part is why in the end does anybody want?
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's-
I don't know.
I think we talked about a couple years ago,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
there's nothing.
even to buy it for tax sale and then, flip it, clean it, you know what I mean?
Make it right.
But
But he redeemed it.
Yeah.
We
Somebody
couldn't- we
gave him
couldn't
enough
do-
money to
Right.
redeem it. Yeah, so no,
No, it's,
yeah.
I know she has a fit all the time.
well,
I know, and
nothing
it's
she can
sad, like, all the way around, like, he would, but, yeah, unfortunately.
anybody else?
That's all I had, I don't have, Andy, you got anything there?
Make a motion to close the meeting at 7:42.
Make a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.